This is my 6D ATS 1R. The point isn't that I care all that much about you or anyone in particular wearing a ton of gear, but if you do make that choice to wear a ton of gear, I think you should have the ability to make an informed decision about it. Talk about helmets. And hi, if you don't know me, my name is Michael. I strive to make informational, educational, and entertaining content. I haven't really done too much here on YouTube, but as I'm transitioning more into the long form content, I do think you'll be seeing a little bit more of me. If you are curious, for those who haven't seen any of my stuff before, currently riding a 2002 Honda RC51. In case you are curious by the rather unique exhaust note. So I wanted to talk a bit about helmets because I think, truthfully, out of all the gear that you get, a helmet is the most important, and I'll stand on that. I'm not going to sit here and preach to anybody about gear because if you couldn't tell, this HRC hoodie isn't armored. I'm not wearing armor under it. I'm wearing a fucking sweater. These are Caterpillar work pants, heavily used. Not a single bit of armor in them. Those boots, they are real leather, so there's probably a bit of protection there. There's really no substitute for real, genuine leather when it comes to motorcycle gear. No good substitute. Because at the end of the day, I'm riding a death machine, and if you're watching this video, chances are you are too, so I'm not going to waste your time or mine by sitting here and telling you to make a stupid decision smarter. But I will talk to you about helmets because I believe that people deserve the information to make an informed decision if they so choose. And the other main reason I wanted to make this video is because nobody knows what a 6D is unless you ride dirt bikes. If you ride dirt bikes, you may actually be familiar with what the company 6D is, because 6D primarily makes dirt bike helmets, and it makes some really good ones. I was looking at maybe an Alpha Series helmet. I was looking at potentially a Shoei or FSR RF 1400, something of that nature. And so as I was looking around at helmets, I realized that I was looking at full face helmets, and I remember this, I worked at a dealership, I was looking at the catalog on Parts Unlimited on their website, because that was one of our suppliers, and I was like, holy crap, 6D makes a street helmet? And I was looking at it, and it looked way too good to be true, because it was full carbon fiber, it met FIM certifications, and it was like, after my discount, it was like $550, but normal retail price was like $700, $800, which for an FIM certified helmet is amazing. And it's not just FIM, obviously, it's DOT, which doesn't mean anything except that it's technically legal here in the States. You could probably strap a brick to your head with a piece of Velcro and it would pass a DOT requirements test. So I started looking around, nobody else had this helmet. There are so many people spending twice as much to get a helmet that does not even meet the same certifications. I figured, what if these people can spend that money on gear instead, other gear? I love that hill for wheelies, dude. Like I said, so this is a small, and the extra small, small, and medium, it does meet the FIM certification for a helmet. All for less than $1,000, pretty easily less than $1,000 actually. If you were to go to some of these other manufacturers, you're either going to get a $1,000 helmet that's not even the same certification, or you can get an FIM certification, but you'll be paying quite a bit. Now there are some other decent deals in this list, by the way. The list will probably be up on screen right about now. And while I will continue to talk over that list for a few seconds, I think it would be worth your time to pause it and read this list and go confirm everything for yourself. You don't have to trust me blindly on faith. This is all directly from the manufacturer's websites, and in some cases like helmet weight, where I couldn't immediately find it on their website, I did Google it, so there's a chance that maybe some of the weights are off a little bit. but the weight really wasn't much of a factor for me personally, because most high-end helmets are relatively light.
Hey, this is Future Editing Michael here. I just wanted to go over one quick thing about this list that I want to point out because I know somebody's bound to mention it. It does look like I'm picking on Arai quite a bit, but really what I ended up doing is going to every manufacturer's website and trying to find their flagship helmet, what they consider to be the best of the best. So for that reason, I do think it's a fair comparison, especially since it is their carbon fiber helmet. So it is a very extreme example. If you want to use just the regular Corsair X, you're welcome to do so, but for my intents and purposes, I was looking for the best of the best, and that's what Arai had to offer. So while we're here, this is that very same list, but it is organized cheapest at the top to most expensive at the bottom. And here's that exact same list, but what I've done is anything that is FIM certified is highlighted in green, anything that is not is highlighted in red, and this really shows you the bang for buck that I've been preaching about this whole video. Where your dollar goes, how much safety can you get per dollar? Because at the end of the day, every other thing, color, feel, weight, that's all pretty subjective, but safety ratings are not much. So it is not to say that the helmets in red are bad helmets. Not at all. The X15, the Arai Corsair X, the Bell Race Star are all great helmets, but as far as bang for buck, if you're looking for safety rating per your dollar, then it's pretty clear the 60 ATS-1R is still at the top of the list.
If you were to take the price of some of these other helmets on the list, and you were to subtract the price of this helmet from it, you would be able to buy a good riding jacket, and in some cases you'd be able to throw in some good riding boots, and maybe even a pair of riding jeans or something like that. This is a fun section up here. What the fuck are you? Oh my god. Dude! What you doing, bro? That's a snapping turtle. He's gonna fucking kill me. This guy, I'm gonna get out of the road so he can get out of the road. Look at that dude. That's interesting. That deserves a celebratory wheelie. So, with all that being said, my personal recommendation for an intermediate to advanced level helmet is the 60 ATS-1R, and if you are a beginner rider who hasn't even bought their helmet yet, or somebody looking to upgrade, if you have the money, go for it. If you don't, that's okay. But in my personal opinion, a lot of the other helmets that are pushed by social media right now are inadequate at worst, overpriced at best. So why do I really care all that much about what helmet you get? Well, truthfully, I don't. Get whatever helmet you want. But I do see a distinctive lack of information almost anywhere about this helmet. And as someone who has ridden in this helmet for probably close to, I'd say, 8 to 10,000 miles, enough seat time to be able to tell you if it feels good or not. To me, comfort is a back seat because while it does matter, it's highly subjective. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to tell you, based on my head shape, my size, my personal preferences, I do think it's a good, comfortable helmet. It's light. The wind noise compared to my i10 is just leaps and bounds better, even compared to, even if you wanted to compare it to something like my Bilbo Ringo S. It's just so much less. God, this wind noise is going to kill me, isn't it? At the end of the day, the most important thing as far as rider to rider, I don't care if you get this helmet or one of the other options, right? The most important thing is you get a helmet that fits, you get a helmet that you want to wear, and you get a helmet that is as safe as you can reasonably afford. That's really the best you can do. If that is an HJC i10, then by God, that's an HJC i10, and I recommend that as a good budget-friendly beginner helmet. But regardless, I hope this video was helpful in some capacity. Even if you just like hearing the RC, I probably will have some videos coming out talking about just the RC51. But if it wouldn't be too much trouble, if you did get some value out of this video, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you can, if you'd like to see more stuff like this. So thank you for watching. You'll have a great day. It's been a pleasure. Peace out.